the fact that you don't need nobody and nobody is preventing you from trying. Because back when I signed to Sony, well, if they didn't sign you, you were on the other side. On the other side with the rest of those who were not signed and who had almost zero chance of making it. You had some indie labels, you have some people who independently put out music, but it costs a lot of money at that time, because you want to sell 10,000 CDs, you had to spend 20,000 euros just of printing, which means having the CD, a master CD sent to the factory to create 10,000 copies of your CD, plus 10,000 booklets in paper. So I was looking for my album. So this is an album of Sumia that I produced. So you had to create 10,000 copies of this, plus you had to create 10,000 copies of the plastic. You had to buy the plastic. Inside you had to create the paper that was on that side, then it was the same one here, and then the booklet that was in there. And me, oh listen, I didn't care. Like, I would do you some crazy stuff, and I designed all of this by myself on Quark Express. I think this one was done on Photoshop probably, but so we had and we were very ambitious in the art, because we thought that not only we are giving to our customers something that we want them an object that we want them to cherish, but we were also for ourselves, we wanted to do quality, and all this cost money at that time. Today, because everything is immaterial, back in the days when you were doing photos, those photos had to go in a print magazine. Today, those photos go on Instagram, they go on Facebook, those videos go to YouTube, that music go to Spotify, it's streamed. Nobody needs to hold anything anymore, nobody owns anything anymore, and as a creator, it's easier. But two things. I believe, and everybody who's a creator here, if you agree with me, put some Rambos in the chat. I believe that creators are left alone in the dark today, because back in the days, it was like 10 of us. You had like 10 guys, 10 girls, and maybe less. I remember when I was really active performing every weekend. So you had me, had Nichols, Ali Angel, Sly, Face à Face, who else? You had Marvin a little later. You had you had a few artists, of course, and but in every genre, I would say that you had like 10 people at the top, and you had a lot of clubs. You had like, I don't know, 20 clubs around in Paris and outside Paris, and then you had another, I don't know, 100 clubs all around France, plus another 10 in Belgium, 10 in Switzerland, 10 in Luxembourg, 30 in Portugal, and just with that you had a whole market, and for 10 people. So the whole year you were just going from city to city and performing and performing and performing. But today, since anybody can make music, anybody can do a YouTube show, anybody can take a camera and start talking and be live on Twitch, on YouTube, and have their 100 people watching, 1,000 people, 10,000, a million people. And because when people see that somebody's making it, everybody is saying, I can make it too. So it created a completely saturated market where, because everybody can make it, everybody's trying to make it. And everybody is kind of letting down the other crafts that were an integral part of the content creation, the music, which were the management, the A&R, the road manager, the people who come with you to the show, all the people around, they all disappear because even them, like back then, a makeup artist was somebody who was taking care of you, like before your interviews, before your photo shoots, where you were doing your music videos, and they were there, like, and all these were people in the shadows. But now even those people, they realize, wait a minute, if I put my great makeup on Instagram or on TikTok and I show how I can transform myself, I'm a star as well. I got followers, and everybody got obsessed with followers, engagement, likes, comments, and you could, and I'm not complaining, because, well, why would you be in the shadows? But the thing is, we got sold a world, maybe from MySpace, but really with Facebook it started. They sold us a world where everybody's famous, everybody's a micro star and can become a huge star. Everybody can have their reality show in their stories or their vlogs, etc., etc. And as somebody who has been championing independence, self-expression, I cannot complain about it, but I can see how I didn't think back then the effect it would have on our business. Because when it was just 10 of us, well, you know, we felt alone, and we were like, yeah, it should be more of us. But now that it's more of us, we realize that to exist is harder, because not only it's more of us, but it's less clubs. Because all the crises that have been going on, 2008, 2020, all these crises that have been going on. In Paris, there's like 5 clubs now where you can perform. So the whole market change, and the way to market, the way to create, it's so easy to create, but creators are left in the dark. They're left on their own. Nobody's explaining to them, and everybody is trying to get the comments, everybody's trying to get the likes, everybody is trying to exist in this world. And especially those who, and I can't say that, because everybody has the right to exist, but sometimes it feels like you want to tell people, like, should you really do this? But you can't. Because at the same time, yeah, everybody has the right to say whatever. Everybody has the right to try to do a song. Even if it sounds horrible, you have the right to do it. But at the same time, if the algorithm sees one song of Kaysha plus 100 songs of people who are trying, and even if they're bad, the algorithm might not show to the 100 people Kaysha. You might show Kaysha to 10 people, and to 90 people all the rest of the songs from the people who have the right to try. And even if what they're doing is, they will not succeed, but everybody gets a shot, and it costs nothing. So because all the barriers to entry fell, it created some real interesting new problems. We are all left asking ourselves, what are we supposed to do as creators? I want to be in the adult industry. I'm going to do an OnlyFans. I'm going to do a Shada bait. I'm going to do a live Jasmine. I'm going to do this or that. I'm going to open an account on X videos or whatever. And when I arrive there with my content, I believe that my content is great. I'm going to use Instagram to have all these followers, and then I'm going to funnel them to the places where they pay something. But when you arrive there, you have 1,000 girls that looks like you. Guys, trans, this, that, like, and it's saturated. So, and because of the saturation, a lot of people are just adding, abusing, being more and more egregious because they believe that it's the only way to exist is to do more. And for everything you do, you're a musician. There's 100,000 musicians. You know how many songs come out every day on Spotify? 60,000 every day. So every 10 days, that's 600,000 songs coming out. Yeah, 600,000. So it's impossible to listen to everything. So it means that a lot of these 60,000 songs that came out today, a lot of them will do 1 or 2 or 3 plays, and that's it. These people will never make money, but they're here, they're trying. It's possible, it's easy. And there are tools to just arrive, and it's easy. But there's nobody to tell you it's not for you. There's nobody to tell you do it more like this. There's nobody to tell you that song is And when I had my label, I still have my label, but when I was really actively looking for talent to work on, talent to help people, to give a ramp of, people to give them like la rampe de lancement, to jumpstart their career like I did with Tia, Sumia, ABG, Elisio, Mika Mendes, Isa, Taina, LDS, and many more. At that time, people would listen to you, and people would understand the passions. People would understand when you would tell them it's gonna take us 2 years from now on. Like from now on, when you sign to Sushi Raw, it's 96. It's 2005, for example. This album will come out in 2007. So until then, we're gonna train your stage presence. We're gonna train we're gonna change your look. We're gonna create 3 or 4 hits that I know they're gonna work. And as soon as we have those 4 hits, we're gonna work on your universe. We're gonna find who you are. You're gonna tell me who you want to be, what you are. We're gonna have the conversation. Take the time. I'm gonna create something for you. I'm gonna create your universe, and from that universe, we're gonna have the graphical universe. We're gonna have the musical universe. We're gonna have also who you are, the lyrics. So we're gonna work on all this. It's gonna take us 1.5 good years, and we're gonna slowly create something, and we're gonna create a buzz. We're gonna take the time to go on YouTube, show you, present you to the people, film your studio session, so people are starting to be excited, and create something slowly. And then the first album will come out, and people will love it. It's gonna work. But then it's going to be the beginning of something, because then it's going to be the second, then the third, and maybe by the fourth album in around 8 years from now, you will have a career. But most of the people today, they want to post today and have 10,000 followers. They post videos on YouTube, and because they're only interested in the numbers, they're going to buy the numbers. They're going to go, they're going to buy views and pretend because they want to go and perform, and they want to impress the people with the numbers, so that they get hired to do shows, because they want to look, all these people are watching my videos, hire me. Okay, I'll pay you that much. But first of all, whenever you see one artist you like, you're gonna find 1,000 artists that sound exactly the same. Same flow, same song, same everything. It's the same in every genre: kizomba, zouk, R&B, rap, etc., etc. Why? Because most artists are left in the dark. They don't know what to do, so they do the same as everybody else. And the apps of today, like TikTok, are telling you, yeah, do the same as everybody and I'll put you in front. So somebody do a choreography and everybody's using that sound and create the same choreography, and this makes your sound go up. But if you think about it, it creates a whole society of uniform people who are all doing the same thing. And personally, as somebody who, I fight from a young age, because I was born the son of a very famous and very respected politician in my country. My whole path as an adult was more or less, music was not now. It was like, okay, you go this way, you go study there. When you come back, you can be a lawyer, you can be a this, that, you can start doing business, or you can go to politics. We had even if our parents were first, people are giving a lot of slacks to African politicians. But when you think about it, they were figuring it out as well, because for them, it was the first time that they all came from nothing. They all had no money. Maybe some of them were in the army, some of them were here, there. By 30, they were all millionaires. And they had no idea what to do with all the money. So of course they did shit. But for us, second generation, my first fight was, I don't want to be in politics. I don't want to be part of this whole thing, because I want to express myself differently. I want to sing. And I had to fight to be able to sing. And not only I had to fight to be able to sing, once I came to Paris, I had to fight to stay unique. I had to fight to stay unique. I remember when we did the first album of Sumia, Still in Love, and my album It's a Love, my third album, and the album of Elisio, Original de Cabo Verde, and then the ABG album C'est Nous-Mêmes, we were the first artists not the first, but inside of the label where we were, nobody cared about the quality of the photos. Nobody cared about the quality of the videos. Everybody was just caring about going and doing shows. We were the first to do CD covers with photos from fashion photographers. So I met a fashion photographer and I told him, hey, I want to work with you on my album covers. Oh, it costs a lot of money. I'll pay you. And I started paying 1,000 euros per cover. when most people, they would pay 100 at that time. And because I was making all the instrumentals of the albums, so I was not paying the beats, I used that money in the visuals because I come from the American school of making music. I grew up looking at the Puff Daddies, the Dr. Dre's, all these people, how they did music and how the presentation was important. And when we did the first album of Sumia, my album, etc., in the beginning, everybody was like, wow, this is beautiful, but it costs money. That's what everybody said in the label. But once we sold a ton of them, all these people who didn't care about the photographs, the first thing they did, they find the name of who did our photos and they start calling him Alain Herman. Yo, we all want to come. So he had a lot of businesses all of a sudden, which was good for him, but at the same time pissed me off. And when I told him about it, I told him, brother, I have nothing against the fact that you are making your money. That's an objective for me. But I have a problem with the fact that by you working with all our colleagues and competitions, we all look the same. We all look from the perfection of your eye, of your camera. And we had something unique when we start working with you. Our covers were on a certain level compared to everybody else. And because all these people have no imagination, instead of saying, wow, they're doing great work with this guy, let's find another guy and show them that we can all do great work and level up the whole industry. Now, all these people with no imagination, they just went to the same as us. And that's how they fuck the business, because then some of them don't pay, some of them do this, or everybody look the same. And all of a sudden we are not unique anymore. And this created for me, this was the beginning for me of, damn, it's too easy. Listen, I fight so much in my life for it to be easy. And I end up in a certain contradiction, because when it's too easy, it is amazing that it's easy, because somebody like Trisha, somebody like Julie, somebody like Joelle, somebody like Elise, all of us can create something. La Milliardaire, MJ, all of us are able to create our little universe with our little amount of people and grow them. But at the same time, all the fuckers too. All the useless people that shouldn't be here, they can come too and make a lot of noise. It's the same thing I say about social media, Twitter. It's amazing to be able to say what you have to say. But at the same time, all the idiots can talk as well. But who am I to say who has the right to talk? That's the contradiction. If I'm for freedom, everybody should be able to talk. But damn, they should shut the fuck up.